Hi there, I'm Timmy. This is TimmyWA and what have you. And right now I'm just recording a quick intro for our It's a Small World video. We were originally going to do a combination video with Matterhorn and It's a Small World, but that video got too long, so we split it up. So my wife and I will do the It's a Small World video right now. All right, let's get into It's a Small World. Classic Disney ride. It wasn't an opening attraction, but it was part of the 1964 World's Fair in New York City, along with many other attractions and stuff that Walt Disney was presenting to the world. And I think he did it a lot to shop for sponsors to come back and help him sponsor these different rides and attractions at Disneyland. So that was kind of a... Disney was always just a smart guy. He was always looking for that. So it officially, they took it apart after the World's Fair in 1964, and they shipped it back to Disneyland, assembled it back together, and officially had it to open on May 28th, 1966. Now, It's a Small World also operates in, I think, all, if not every other Disney park in the world. It's definitely a standard for the world. The ride type is basically you're in a river and you're in a boat, and the technical term for that is called Old Mill. I don't know where that comes from. It kind of makes sense. Basically, you're propelled through with different water currents from jets on the sides of the boats, and you're pushed through and you're kind of taken through this environment where you see all these different things, and we'll talk about all that. The capacity guests per hour, 1925, and that's actually I was looking.
The biggest, huh?
It is, and they call rides like It's a Small World and Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean people eaters, because they soak up so many people that it's pretty amazing. So 1925 riders per hour for that ride. And there's 16 riders per boat, so they can fit quite a bit. And the typical ride time is about 13 minutes long. Now, the ride was designed by Art Director Mary Blair. Now, she technically wasn't an Imagineer. She worked in the Walt Disney Studios for their film department, but she was the art director for such films as Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, and Peter Pan. So she designed all the different... all the motifs and decorations and all the costumes and everything for that ride. And we're talking over 300 audio-animatronic dolls in that ride. That's crazy.
300?
300, over 300.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? And they're all dancing and doing their own thing.
Wow. I wonder who made all of those.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of work.
Yep.
And it's intense. Like, so honest point for me.
Yeah.
Not my favorite ride.
You should point this out.
Not my favorite ride. It's fairly repetitive, and I'm trying to be nice about it. But it's hypnotic, and some can even say or brainwashing. The nice thing is it's got a great message. It's all about world peace and getting along with everybody of different cultures. And coming together and enjoying each other's company and being friends and being open to different cultures and different traditions. And so the message of this attraction is fantastic and wonderful. And so I can't completely disparage the ride, but I'm not jumping in line. I'm not using max passes for it, like, personally. So, why don't you chime in? What do you think?
Well, I can take it or leave it.
Okay.
I mean, if Tim says, "Hey, let's go on it," okay. But usually he doesn't, so usually we don't go.
Which Tim is saying that? Like,
well, sometimes if our feet hurt, we need to rest our feet,
that's fair. That is fair.
Or we need to get it's air conditioned, feels great for 13
absolutely.
minutes.
Yep.
So it's a good 13-minute air conditioned ride. Again, resting your feet. So sometimes we do. Am I boring you?
No. Hey, you can't do that.
Yes, I can.
No. I love you.
But usually we tend to not write it, but that's okay. But like he said, the message is a great message because those 300 audio-animatronic dolls are dressed in traditional costumes from many cultures spanning the globe.
Yep.
They're all dancing and singing. They're all dancing and singing to the Sherman Brothers theme song, and the song is claimed as the most performed song ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And I promise you that if you hear it, you will be singing it in your head the rest of the day.
So let's do some quick math. So the ride's 13 minutes long. Mm-hmm. The song's what? Like a minute and a half?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's looping.
It's looping throughout the entire ride.
So let's say at least you hear 10 times through the ride.
At least.
How many times does that ride cycle through in a day at Disneyland?
Oh my god.
So many, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and how many It's a Small World rides are there in the world? So
6,
many, right?
5, yeah.
Yeah. And they're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So for them to say the song is claimed to be the most publicly performed song ever, it's just math.
Yeah.
Right? And I love the Sherman Brothers. They did a lot. If you watched that Tom Hanks movie where he was doing the Mary Poppins, I can't remember what it's called now, but this recent movie with Tom Hanks, the Sherman Brothers were writing all the music for the Mary Poppins movie. So, I mean, they're
Saving Mr. Banks.
There you go. They're super talented guys, and they made some amazing music for Disney in that era, and they're just fantastic. So, again, not disparaging them at all.
Yeah.
Because they're super talented.
But it does bring does bring cultures together because the song is performed in different languages throughout the ride.
Oh, true.
So it's not just in English throughout
Right.
the entire ride. It's in a whole bunch of different languages. So it's kind of cool. It's cool if you speak a different language to hear it in that language.
Yeah.
It's cool if you don't speak a different language to hear it in the different languages.
Cool.
So now in 2009, Disney decided to add a whole. They added a holiday overlay. Is that what that is?
No, Disney dolls. They added Disney character dolls throughout the ride.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can start over.
So now in 2009, Disney decided to add their Disney dolls to the ride. So you'll spot the Disney character dolls throughout inside. So like Cinderella, Pocahontas, those
Peter
different
Pan,
character
England.
dolls.
Yeah, and they if you read the description on Disneyland's webpage, it says they were carefully placed in appropriate locations throughout the ride. So that's pretty cool. Now, some people don't like that. Some people thought that was kind of typical Disney of them to do that. At least modern typical Disney, because a lot of people are frustrated that Disney uses all their own film and character properties and to make all their new rides and stuff. And so this is just another instance of them complaining about that. I think it's great. I think it's cute to see, like the different, like Donald Duck and Cinderella, Peter Pan, and all those throughout the ride, Moana, and all those. So I think that's great. I think that's cool. Yeah. And then,
but they did it appropriately.
It was tasteful.
I think. Yeah,
and they did it right. They didn't.
They didn't stick Moana in the Chinese section trying to sing Chinese or something like that. They stuck her where she belonged within that culture. So.
All right. And then so come this time of the year, again, it's October. So this time of the year, you can expect the ride to close for a couple weeks as they put their holiday overlay on.
It's like 6 weeks.
Yeah,
it's
so
mid-October through all of November.
Yeah. And it's just called It's a Small World Holiday. And what that entails is a lot of just overlay decorations. So the whole facade, which is beautiful anyway, it's so kinetic and so fun to watch. Just the clock and all the animated and all the moving parts, like without the holiday display on it. And then they add all the holiday colors and lighting and decorations to that, and it just blows it up. So it's awesome. Plus they go through the entire ride and decorate for all the different holidays, not just Christmas. So you get a lot of different winter holidays represented throughout the ride.
Hanukkah.
And that's super interesting because a lot of people don't know about that stuff. So that's just a really good exposure for those people that may not be aware of different holidays and how that looks in different parts of the world. So that's great. So as far as the nitty gritty, no height requirements, so any height can ride. It's a very mellow and slow ride. Again, it takes 13 minutes to get you through. And they actually have wheelchair accessible boats. So if you want to remain on your wheelchair, or you can transfer from your electronic conveyance vehicle,
Scooter,
whatever they
yeah.
call it, into a wheelchair, because they have some wheelchairs there. They'll definitely do that for you and set you up with a wheelchair accessible boat. So that's wonderful. Expectant mothers, of course, okay. Again, no crazy movements. It's just really mellow. It's super chill. Recently, in the last year or so, a couple of years maybe, they added the MEX, the Fast Pass. The Fast Pass distribution, though, for this ride isn't anywhere near that ride. It's actually combined together with the Matterhorn that we talked about a bit ago. So it's over, to the, I guess, east, the Tomorrowland side of the Matterhorn. There's that whole section. They have the different Matterhorn Fast Pass distribution. So be aware of that. And then there's no single rider. And at least the 90-day average, running average of wait time if you wait in the queue is about 11 and a half minutes. So not too bad. Yeah. Again, it's a people eater.
Yeah, and you just cycle them through.
And they just suck the people through, and it's super, super good. So overall, again, I think that the message and the look and the detail and the technology that's running this attraction is fantastic. For being built in the 60s, I think it's amazing. And yes, it's been updated a time or two, but I mean, I think the original dolls are still the original dolls. So. The animatronics inside are original, and it's just super impressive that is continued and persisted and lasted this many years. Mm-hmm. It's impressive. And again, the message of the song and the message of the ride is really positive, really, really good for uniting this world and the differences we have and making sure we're all on the same boat.
Which is one of the things that Walt Disney wanted to do,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
With this park.
So overall, great ride. As far as like me running to go ride it, no, not so much. But I will ride it if it's a time to chill and there's not a lot of line. So anything else you want to add?
I don't think so.
Okay, so our next video, we're going to cruise into Wonderland, and we're going to talk about Alice and the teacups ride, the spinning teacups, and then we're going to talk about the Alice in Wonderland dark ride. That's just right there on the slopes of the Matterhorn Mountain.
Yep.
So thank you for watching. Always comment with your questions or thoughts. If we've totally goofed, tell us down below. We want to make sure we're giving good data, good information. If you have thoughts about where we should go with this channel, I'm open to suggestions. We love Disneyland, but we also are open to different things to look into and explore. If you want to join us in a video, let us know. I mean, yeah. we might be open to that. We could do things like Skype or Google Hangouts and get you on the channel with us. So put it in the comments below. There's also, if you go to the About page, you can go, there's an email address. You can email me. We also have our physical address. If you want to send us something, you can send it to our mailbox. That's all there. Comment, like, subscribe, and share as always. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.